Hello, and welcome to another episode of Daily Reflections. Pastor Sean coming to you from a front porch. It's been a great day today. Got to spend some time with my dad this morning, and that's always a lot of fun. We talked some politics, had a great conversation today, took some time riding around and running some errands, and so it's been a fantastic day for me. Let's jump into it. Right now, I want to talk to you about friends. Yesterday was my friend Eli Wiggins' birthday. Eli and I went through MIP together. His wife, Star, Stephanie, and I all went through MIP together years and years ago when I was first starting out in the ministry. Later, Eli joined our staff in Elberton. I was the administrative pastor, and Eli came on as the outreach and evangelism pastor. And he and I formed a deeper friendship. We traveled together. I was at his house. He was at my house. We ate together all the time. We're both big guys and big eaters, and so we ate together all the time and had a lot of fun those couple of years that we worked together in Elberton. And then when I moved on and began to pastor, stayed in touch with him and his family. His kids came to youth camp, and I watched them grow up at North Georgia Youth Camp. Just great kids, great family, and a great man. And so yesterday was his birthday. Today is the birthday of another friend of mine, Terry Stowe. Is also, he was a staff pastor there in Elberton as well, and he and his wife Cindy met us at the door. When we first got there, we knew their kids from youth camp, especially their daughter Brittany. She'd been in Stephanie's cabin before, and so we formed a quick friendship with them and held on to that friendship the entire time we were there in Elberton and stayed in contact with them a little after we left. And then also today is my dear friend Stephen Henderson's birthday. Stephen and Andrea pastor the Lighthouse Church over in Athens, Georgia, and he's been in the Church of God. He was born, I think he's born on the back pew of a church. He's been in the Church of God his entire life, a great guy, fantastic theologian, understands the minutes and the doctrines and the teachings of the Church of God, along with all of the wisdom that he carries. He is a multi-generational Pentecostal Church of God preacher and just a fantastic guy. He and his wife, Andrea, have a couple of kids, and they're just wonderful friends of ours and have been, like I said, for many, many years. We work every year at Teen Talent and Junior Talent together and just have a great friendship. I can call him and talk to him about baseball. I can call him and talk to him about the weather. I can call him and talk to him about church politics. I can call him and talk to him about anything and everything. He's that kind of friend. And so I got to looking around and thinking about friends today. The Bible says that if a man is going to have friends, he must first show himself friendly. And I got thinking about that verse, and I got to thinking about my friends. And we have friends that I grew up with when I was a child. I have some friends of mine who I have known since I went to church at City View Church of God years ago. Rodney Gillian and Jeff Bonner. I still stay in touch with them all the time, and they're dear buddies of mine, dear friends of mine who I have known for decades, and different guys like that I grew up with. And then I get thinking about my school friends with Andy Babb and Robert Otts and all of the different guys, Joel Goldberg and all those different guys that I grew up with and hung out with and still talk to on a regular basis. I saw my friend Jeff Andrews the other day. He and I drove, both of us drove Datsuns, and he had one that was a couple of years younger than mine, a couple of years newer than mine. He still has that car, or has one just like it. And so we got to talking about old times and got to thinking about things and reminiscing. And we played golf together. We were on the golf team together in high school. And I started going through all of these friends that I had and have had for many, many years. And I got to looking around at the people that I have friends with from this church and from that church and from over here and over there and from this youth camp and that youth camp and from this revival and that revival and from this denomination and that denomination. And I got to looking at the people who are my friends who are unchurched friends. And I got to looking on Facebook, and I had well over 1,000 friends on Facebook and had over 100, I think we had like 101, 102 followers on the EHC video group. Most of them are my friends. And I got to looking, and I got to thinking about that verse, how we must show ourselves friendly in order to have friends. And I got to thinking about something that my friend Andy Babb said. Andy has been friends with me since 6th grade. I've talked about him on this show before. And Andy said something to me one time. He said, "You know, Belcher," he said, "anybody can talk to you. He said, it doesn't matter who they are. Anybody can talk to you. He said, guys talk to you, girls talk to you. He said, preps talk to you, hoods talk to you, thugs talk to you, rich kids talk to you, poor kids talk to you. It doesn't matter. You're that guy that everybody can talk to. And as a pastor, I was very happy with that. I was very happy with that because that's always been in the back of my mind. If a man is going to have friends, he must first show himself friendly. And as I look around at the staff that we have and the staff that we've had in the past, I've been friends with all of those folks. And I got to looking at the church members that we still stay in contact with, and even the ones that we don't contact as often, we're still friends with those people. Stephanie had a flat tire a few months ago, maybe close to over a year now. She had a flat tire in Elberton, Lord help me, but she had a flat tire in Rome. And I called a couple of people that I knew in Rome and I couldn't get a hold of them, so I called an old church member from Rome, Brother Leroy Carey. And he said, Pastor, I've got everything. Now, I haven't been his pastor in years, 3 or 4 years since I've been his pastor. He said, Pastor, I got everything that I need. I'll meet you at her van. And I said, okay. And I drove from Calhoun. He drove from across town. And he stayed with me. Followed us to the tire place late at night. We dropped off the van, and to be honest with you, he even paid for the service call to have the tire inflated. I'm trying to find my wallet, and he's already paid for the thing. That's what you call a friend. That's what you call a friend. A friend will be there when you need them the most, but they'll also be there when you're having a good time, when you're having a bad time, when you're having a great day or a terrible day. But the Bible tells us that there's a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And I got thinking about my brother Shannon. He and I have a great relationship. We talk about once, twice a week sometimes. If he's at church, I always make a conversation with him and have a great time with him. When we get together, we always have fun. We've gone on vacation together. We've played golf together. We've just hung out together. We've sat at my parents' house and just hung out. I've been to his house and watched football and different things like that, and we've spent a quality time together, and I love him. I love my brother with all my heart. But there's a friend who is closer than my brother. A friend who sticks closer than your brother. I got thinking about the relationship that Stephanie and I have. Stephanie and I have known each other for almost 30 years now, and we have, as a husband and wife, we have that unique relationship. But there's a friend who sticks closer than that. There's a friend who is more faithful than that relationship. And that friend is Jesus Christ. And I make sure that my relationship with Jesus Christ is stronger than any other friend. Any other relationship has to take a back seat to my relationship with the friend who sticks closer than a brother, the friend in Jesus Christ. Those other friendships are wonderful. They're going to rise and fall. They're going to shift with the wind. But the relationship of Jesus Christ on his end never changes. He will stick with you. He is the friend who sticks closer than a brother. He tells us in the book of Matthew, I'll go with you always, even to the end of the world. I'll be right there with you. He is the shepherd who leads us through the valley of the shadow of death. He leads us to still waters, to green pastures. He restores our soul. He is the shepherd and the anchor of our soul. That's the friend that sticks closer than a brother. Relationships will come and go. Friendships will come and go. But the friend that will never leave you is the relationship that you need to nurture the most. When I wake up in the morning, I am thinking about Jesus and how he's going to help me get through the day. When I wake up in the morning, I'm praising him, I'm worshiping him, I'm lifting him up, and I'm asking him to help me get through another day on this earth. When I'm walking through the day, when I'm doing all the different things that I'm doing, I'm talking to him in my spirit, in my mind, in my soul. I'm crying out to Jesus and asking him to help me get over the next hurdle, to help me get over the next place, and help me to stay safe and to watch and protect my family and my children and my church. And I'm praying to him and talking to him all throughout the day. And then at night, his name is the last name I say. I kiss my wife and tell her that I love her, but the last name that crosses my lips is the name of the friend who sticks closer than a brother. The name that is above all names, the only name that under heaven by which men might be saved, the name of Jesus. It's the first thing on my lips in the morning and the last thing on my lips at night. It's the thing that beats in my heart. It's the name that beats in my heart every time it beats. I'm not any more spiritual than anybody else. I'm just working on my relationship. How's your relationship with your friend that sticks closer than a brother? If it's not all that it's cracked up to be, it's not because of him, but it's a failure on our part. So, strengthen your relationship today. Find that friend that sticks closer than a brother. Make him the most important friend in your life, and he will take you through every obstacle in life. And when this life is over, he will open up his book and say your name as one of his friends, as one of his chosen, as one of his children. And you will be with him for all eternity. From my front porch this afternoon, this is Pastor Sean saying that I love you. I'm praying for you. I hope you're having a great day. Join me tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock for Bible study. Pastor Tim is on vacation, so I'm doing the Saturday morning Bible study. So be there in the morning at 11, and then join us Sunday at 11 at Irwin Hill. We'll all be back together. And continuing on with the series, Pick a Song, Any Song. I'm preaching an old Journey song that you know, Don't Stop Believing. Don't stop believing. That's all the singing I'm going to do for right now. God bless you. I love you. I'll see you soon.